Hello and welcome to day 5 of the Wonderkid Advent Calendar, and for today's episode we're heading to Britain and specifically Tottenham Hotspur. Remember, if you're enjoying this series so far, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And now let's go and see who's behind door number 5. Behind door number 5 then is 16-year-old Troy Parrott from Tottenham Hotspur. You can find Troy in the Tottenham under-18 squad, and he is one of the best young strikers possible in the game. As you can see, he's an advanced forward at the moment. At 16 years old, he can pretty much be retrained into any sort of the position. So if you want to be a pressing forward, you can probably retrain to that if you want him to be. Also has some ability as an attacking midfielder as well. So again, at such a young age, you have the option to retrain him in that position if you want to, as a shadow striker, advanced playmaker, or attacking midfielder. Looking at his attributes then, for 16 years old, they are pretty decent, I've got to say. His physicals are the ones that stand out the most. Got some pretty decent ones there. Where they matter, his technical stats are pretty decent, but he could try and improve his first touch and passing. He has got very good heading at 15, so perhaps you may want to train him as a target man in future. That could be quite good. His only limiting factor would be his height, but he has got the opportunity to actually increase his height a little bit as he's only 16 years old, so still has the opportunity to grow a little bit. His mentals are his weakest area, although they can improve over time. He has got good determination at 16 with a fairly determined personality, which is really going to help push him towards his high potential. However, his work rate is only 9, and a few other weak mentals may limit him slightly. Now, a product of the Tottenham Youth Academy hasn't made any appearances for Tottenham's first team yet, but I'm sure in the next few seasons he probably will do because he's a really exciting young talent. Football Manager have his current ability to 75, which you could argue is a little bit low, but at 16 years old, that is incredibly high. And when you consider his potential ability is 167 to be one of the best strikers in the game in future, that's something that you cannot argue with. His underlying stats may not be the best, but with that potential, you've really got to take a chance on him, I've got to say. He's got some good loyalty of 13, so he's always going to want to stay at the club, so you may have a little bit of trouble prizing him away from Tottenham, but at a young age, it's probably not that hard to do. He's got a very good temperament, very good sportsmanship. His professionalism down the middle at 10 out of 20 is perhaps a little bit low for what you might want, but I'm sure with a bit of tutoring, that will only ever increase. As you can see, he's also very one-footed. He's only got a 6 out of 20 for his left foot, so bear that in mind when playing him. Of course, you can train him to play with his left foot as well, but at the start of the game, only 6 out of 20 for his left foot does limit him a little bit in his abilities. Now, this is the first one where the Real Madrid scouts don't really rate him too much. The Real Madrid scouts that we set out for him only gave him a 34 recommendation out of 100, which is a little bit weird, I think. His potential only at 3 stars as well, which puts him better than Mariano and Gareth Bale up front, but not quite as good as Karim Benzema. Of course, we've just seen his potential as 167, so of course, that is going to be huge. For comparison, if we click on Karim Benzema and we look at his current ability, 166, you can see it's pretty much the same, so expect Troy Parrott to be as good as Karim Benzema in future. As he is so young, you can offer him a contract off the bat. As you can see, we can approach the signing because he's under 17 years old. We would have to pay £650,000 in compensation for him, but of course, I mean, who wouldn't want to pay that kind of money when you've got that kind of potential? That kind of money, when you've got that potential, is pittance. Unfortunately, he has no interest apparently in joining Real Madrid, so you may have a bit of trouble prizing him away from Tottenham at such a young age, but keep an eye on him because he will develop into such a great player. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. If you've enjoyed it, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here with notifications turned on. And I'll see you tomorrow for day number 6.